Hi class, I'm Dr. Zelda Kidd and welcome to this mini section. Listen, this is going to go by like poof, right? Really quickly. So when I heard your concern that the 10 elements that video was not able to play for you, I decided to recreate it and I pushed back the original due date. So if you did the assignment and want to resubmit, you may do that because we have a new submission time given the fact that this particular video didn't play. So another option may be that you finished everything, but you couldn't answer that one question. You want to just kind of upload it in addition to what you answered. You can do that as well. Just let me know, hey, I'm adding this document to it. So let's talk about it. There are 10 elements to any essay. And for this class, I'm going to be very specific about what I am looking for. This is why this video is so important to me. The first thing is, generally for an essay, I will give you a topic. And this, any instructor, your job would be to take the topic, chisel it down to a particular idea for a theme. The first element is a title. You need a title of your writing. Every piece of writing that you submit to me from this point on should have a title. That title should reflect the overall perspective of your paper or the overall concern, overall issue, and it should be kind of catchy. You know, I read everything you write, so I need it to kind of hold my interest. This list is by no means in any type of order. I'm just giving you the elements. Another thing that's important is a thesis statement. Depending on the writing, if a thesis is required, you don't even have a paper without the thesis statement. So for most of our papers, I will give you a rubric so you'll know how I'm grading and what specific things I'm looking for. But the thesis statement, it really determines a lot in your writing. So for this class, listen closely, draw in. For this class, the thesis statement must be explicitly written and it must be the last sentence in your introduction, period. So your whole introduction is leading up to that one specific idea. Another absolute for your thesis in this class, it needs to be three-pronged. For the three-pronged thesis, why? Because we're going to build a 5-paragraph essay. The only exception will be for the argumentative essay or when there is no thesis required. For the argumentative essay, I'm going to require 2 prongs because you're going to have to give attention to a counterclaim. And I will always tell you what is needed in a structure. A thesis statement is required, a title is required, but unity is also required. Your whole paper should serve the purpose of a thesis or a general idea. So I don't need you to start talking about something different. I need it to be cohesive and I need it to flow well. I need every part of it to work together. Then there's organization. So depending on the essay, like for an example, what is required, the organizational structure for a narrative piece is different than one for an argumentative piece. So for a narrative piece, we may be looking at spatial stuff and bringing it in. But for an argumentative, we may look from the least convincing reasoning to the most, or the most to the least. Organization matters. We have title, thesis, unity, organization. Number 5, every essay has a beginning. We call that our introduction. So to make it very plain for us, for this class, your introduction must have the following. And I can sum it up just saying HBT. Does not mean 3 sentences, it means 3 things. You need to have a hook, something to draw the reader in. And remember, this is an academic paper, so your tone should be academic and objective, using formal language. You need to have a hook to draw me in. You need to have some background information about what you're talking about. Lead me to the point that you're trying to make. Do not start it off with the point you want to make. Your point should be in your thesis. In fact, you should have 3 parts. So your introduction contains the hook, background information, and the thesis statement being the last sentence of the introduction. Just like you start strong, you need to also end strong. So the ending of or the conclusion to your essay can be short, but it needs to contain the following things. It needs to have a transitional word, the restatement of the main ideas, and a wrap up. Just nice and easy. So if I were to assign letters, it would be TRW. Transitional word or phrase, restatement of the main ideas, and a sweet wrap up. Wrap it up. So that's your conclusion. You also need to look at paragraphs. Every essay has paragraphs. So for your paragraphs, if I were to give you alphabets, it'll look like TTEE W or B. Let's say B. TTEEB. So transitional word or phrase, topic of that particular paragraph is coming from your thesis statement, explanation, no, not explanation, but evidence to back up what you're saying about that particular thing, and explanation of what you're backing up, and a brief wrap up. So it should be T, transitional word or phrases, T, the topic sentence of that paragraph, E, evidence to support what you're saying, E, explanation to what you said, and B, a brief wrap up. Every paragraph needs each one of these pieces to be complete. The next thing will be transition. From paragraph to paragraph, I shouldn't see 3 blank lines or 2 blank lines, not even 1 blank line. I really need to see a word or phrase that connects one paragraph to the next. For example, words like in addition to, nonetheless, however, in conclusion, moreover. Look up transitional words and phrases and figure out which are most appropriate where, depending on the type of essay that you're writing. If you're comparing and contrasting, whatever you're doing, look for the appropriate transition. And if you got good paragraphs, it's only because you had the other element, which are effective sentences. So I don't expect to see a bunch of choppy sentences in every paragraph. I need to see sophistication in your writing, which means your punctuation, your writing style, and your voice. Effective sentences mean to me that you know that there are simple, compound, complex sentences, and they are punctuated differently, and they are used to build paragraphs. So you're going to use your sophistication and all of your college experience to put together strong paragraphs using effective sentences. I'm looking for the punctuations for these. And finally, sources. Most essays will require sources. Sometimes there's one source, sometimes there are multiple sources. The way we would document our sources is something called MLA, which stands for Modern Language Association. This instructs how we document, what it looks like. Please refer to Purdue OWL to get examples. If you've not done parenthetical citations, which are nothing but the use of parentheses inside of a text to tell me where you get the information from, look it up. Anything you're not certain about, use Google, find out how to do it. You can ask me, but I'm going to redirect you for anything you have the ability to research and discover to do that. So these things are specific to the class. Therefore, it is my responsibility to make sure you know what I am expecting. We're using MLA. So from this point on, know that you need to document where you get information from, even if it's the story and the author that I gave you. Also be sure to create a works cited page for any and all research. Let's make sure we have the 10 elements. A title, number 1. Number 2, unity. Number 3, a thesis statement. Number 4, organization. Number 5, introduction. Number 6, conclusion. Number 7, paragraphs. Number 8, transitions. Number 9, effective sentences. And number 10, sources. There you have it. I hope this video helped you. I hope it wasn't too long. It's less than 10 minutes. We will have a time together soon. Look out. Watch the announcements, keep up, and I'm getting ready to start grading. I look forward to seeing your work. Hope you have a great semester. Have a good day. Oh, this is me without the glasses. Big hair everywhere, don't care day to day. Today is Monday. Talk with you later.